How does screen sharing work in Zoom 2021? There's been some updates. You can now screen share into breakout rooms. There is also a special video facility if you screen share in your videos that works really well. I'm going to take you through all the latest updates in screen sharing, as well as go over the standard things to remember when you're screen sharing. Hope you like the video, and as always, if you do, please like it, please share it, and of course please comment on the video. And what do you think of the new facility that we can now screen share into breakout rooms? Let's get started. Okay, super quickly, let me just go through the basics of screen sharing, because I often get asked questions about how it works. If you click on screen share, what you actually see on the screen here is all the current things, the current pieces of software that you've got open on your screen. So Zoom is basically saying to you, these are the things that you've got open on your screen. Which one do you want to share? Now, to demonstrate that that is a fact, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to now open something else. And when I re-screen share, you'll notice then there'll be one more window. So let's just quickly look at that in action. Let me quickly demonstrate this then by just doing something. I'm going to quickly open up Microsoft Edge, which I haven't currently got open. So I'm going to click and open that up onto the screen. And now I'm going to jump back to Zoom. And if I now click on screen share, you'll notice now that the option of sharing Microsoft Edge is now available, simply because I've opened up a new technology and therefore that technology is available. So always keep in mind that if you're going to screen share something, open it before you actually screen share, so that it's going to be available and Zoom will show it to you and say, okay, you've got this open, do you want to share it? Now, one thing to keep in mind is that you've actually got various options when it comes to screen share, and we'll be looking at the advanced option in the video in a minute, but let's just look at the files. It is possible, for example, if you use Google Drive or you've got a Microsoft OneDrive, etc., or Dropbox, to connect these technologies so that you can easily, immediately access the content on your Google Drive. Now, I don't generally do that because I simply just open up whatever file I want to share and then share it through the basic tab. But it is possible to do that. So just to show you, I'm not actually going to do it, but just to show you what would happen. If I clicked on Google Drive, what I can do now is connect my Google Drive to my Zoom, and I do that by simply putting in my email address. In fact, it's automatically done, and that way then you could access all the files on your Google Drive through Zoom if you wanted to do that. Now, another question that I've been asked literally thousands of times, this is a common problem when I train teachers. If we go back to the screen share and we come back to the basics, what you notice is that we've got Google open, Google Chrome. What you can currently see is the current tab that I've got open in Google Chrome. Now let me just jump over to Google Chrome and explain what I mean. This is really important. So if we're over on Google Chrome, notice I've got loads of different tabs open. And if I was to click, say for example, on this one and then come back to my screen share, notice now that what is showing in Google Chrome is different. So in other words, what Zoom will show you is the current tab that you've got active within a particular browser or technology that you're working with. Okay, so for example, if you've got loads of things open in Google Chrome, the only one it's going to show you here is the one that you've currently got active. But that doesn't matter. And what I mean by that is this. Watch, if I click and share that particular tab, if I now jump over to another tab, the screen sharing is still following me. So everything that I open on the screen will still be visible to the students, because the way that Zoom works is that it shares that particular technology that you've got currently functioning. So in other words, if I'm showing Google Chrome and I jump between the different tabs, the students will follow me and see everything. However, if I jump now to a different technology, so I jump over to Microsoft Edge, now the students are not following me, because at the moment I'm currently sharing Google Chrome. So what I need to do is click on New Share and share, and you can notice, see that window's active. That's what the students are seeing. But I now want the students to see a different technology, so I have to click and then reshare. So that's called new share button. That's really important. It's another thing that confuses teachers or trainers. In other words, Zoom will follow you between the different tabs if you're staying in the same technology. So if you jump from one Google tab to another, but immediately you jump to another technology, you need to do a new share, because the way that Zoom works is that it shares specific technologies. Okay, it's really, really important to remember. One final thing before I show you some of the updates. When you screen share, if you're going to screen share video, and I've got a video here open, good idea to click on share sound. Now the optimized video button actually only really works when you're working with video, not with YouTube. In other words, if you want the students to see the full video when you're working in YouTube video, you need to go full screen, and that way the students will see it. Okay, so we've looked at the standard way of screen sharing. Hopefully I've made that clear to you. It's pretty simple. Now let's look at the first key update, the option to screen share into breakout rooms, and let me try to explain really clearly how it works and what the students see. Okay, I'm going to try and make this really, really clear for you. And what I've done is I've actually logged someone in on another computer, and I've got their computer in front of me, so I can actually see what happens in the breakout rooms, and I will describe it to you as I create breakout rooms and share things into the breakout rooms. Now, first of all, if I click on screen share and no one's in a breakout room, you'll notice there's no extra button here. We just got the standard buttons. But look what happens if I create some breakout rooms. So I'm just going to create 2 breakout rooms, and I'm going to put this person into one of the breakout rooms. So I'm going to click on open breakout rooms. So now we've got 2 breakout rooms, and I can see that that person, and the other person's also called Russell, is logged into the breakout room on my other computer here. Now, if I now screen share something, and let's do some tests. Let's start by simply screen sharing the whiteboard. Okay, and I'm just going to tell you now, notice what I have to do is click on this button here, share to breakout rooms. Okay, that's the important button. Now I'm choosing whiteboard, I'm clicking on share. This tells me that the video and audio won't be shared, but I'm going to tell you in a minute and show you in a minute that's not actually true, strictly speaking. You can share video, so I'll show you that in a minute as well. Click on share, and now I'm going to just simply write on the board, and I can see absolutely clearly that the students in the breakout rooms are seeing all of that. And if I, for example, create a new page, I'm watching here and I can see in the breakout rooms the students are seeing exactly the same thing. So number one, we can share content from the interactive whiteboard into the breakout rooms. Just a super quick 20 seconds promotion. If you like what you're seeing and you want more free videos, please come over to teachertrainingvideos.com. There's a very popular Zoom section. There's also loads of videos on this opening page. And if you do want to keep up with my work, all the latest videos that I make, the blogs, the webinars, the online courses, then the best thing you can do is sign up to the newsletter. And at the moment, if you sign up, there's a free 14-part video course on using technology to teach online. Right, let's get back to the video. Now let's try another example. I'm going to click on screen share. The students are in breakout rooms, and this time, can I share a browser? So I'm going to click on Microsoft Edge. Okay, remember to click on this button here. I'm going to click on share, and I'm watching carefully now, and I'm looking at the student screens, and yes, they can see exactly what you can see on the screen now. So you are able to share perfectly a browser window into the breakout rooms of all the different rooms that the students might be logged into. So that's super useful. Okay, now let's do a third example. I'm going to click on screen share. Can I screen share a PowerPoint slide into the breakout rooms? So again, making sure that button's clicked on. I'm going to click on the PowerPoint slide. I'm going to click on share. I'm now looking carefully at the students' screens, and yes, they can see that. So I'm able to share a PowerPoint slide. Now, am I allowed to move forward and back? Let me see if I can click and move to another page. Yes, they are seeing all of that. Okay, remember, what I can't do though is talk to them, but they can see anything that I want to share into the breakout rooms. From the PowerPoint, we know we can do that. It's brilliant. Using a browser, we know we can do that, and also sharing something from the interactive whiteboard. Now let's talk about video, because what Zoom tells you and video actually how it works is slightly wrong. So I'm going to try my best to clarify this. So can we share a video to our students? So I've got a video here, okay? And again, I'm going to click on share to breakout rooms. Now I click on share and it tells me your video and audio will not be shared, okay? That means my webcam, okay? That's where the confusion is, but the audio. So I'm going to click now on share and I'm going to play this video, and I can see perfectly that the students are actually seeing that on their screen. So I can share video. Now, if I play the video, are they actually able to watch it? And the answer is yes. I'm looking and they are seeing the video. Now, there is one big question. Can they hear the video? That's the big question. Now, I've just done a test and I've just listened into one of the breakout rooms on the computers, and it seems that the sound is not being shared. And that does make sense, because if I come back here and just click on new share, notice that when you click this button, and I'm just going to turn it off, notice that if I have these two options selected, so I want to share sound, but then I click this one, those two turn off. So we can share a video from YouTube into the breakout rooms, but what will happen is that the students will not be able to hear the audio. I really hope I've made that clear for you. Screen sharing a YouTube video in Zoom has always been fairly easy, but sharing a video that you're playing from your computer, that's always been a bit more tricky. What I'm going to do now is show you some of the updates that have helped to facilitate this. So we're focusing particularly on when you play a video from your computer and you want to screen share it with your students or your participants. So let's look at that update now. So what I'm hoping to show you here is that what we can do now, and I'm going to click on screen share, and then I'm going to come over to advanced features. I'm going to click on video. I'm going to make sure I've got these two selected. I'm going to then click on share. It's going to ask me, well, what video do you want to share? And I'll share this one here. I'll click on open. And what happens is this here, this window is on the student's window. This is fully optimized. They can see just the video. They can't see any of this stuff around the outside, okay? When you select, and if I just come up here to the new share window, when you choose optimize for video clip and work this way, it means that they don't even see the controls here. They just see the yellow part. So they've got that full screen. And if I play this video, that is exactly what they're going to experience. So that's really useful if you want to give the students a really good experience. Really hope that video was useful. Really be interested what you think about the new option to screen share into breakout rooms. As I said, if you want to follow my work, please come over to teachertrainingvideos.com. Loads and loads of free videos, including that special section on Zoom. Sign up to the newsletter. You get the free 14-part course on teaching online. You also get updated with all my new blogs, webinars, courses, and of course videos. You can also, of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to click on the bell if you do that, so you get all the updates there. And if you were thinking of contacting me about doing some training with your organization, you can contact me from the website. I'm going to share on the screen now a few more interesting Zoom videos that you might like to watch, and thank you very much.